All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Hopefully that's better. All right, guys, let's start with the basics. How does it look? How does it sound? I'm using a Tulia mobile microphone for this live stream, testing it out. So hopefully it works good. Let's see. All right. So, hey there, Jason 5x5. Good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Sounds good. Yeah, this mic is pretty small. It's definitely a good choice if you're doing traveling podcasts because it's a smaller mic. Maybe I can show it without screwing up my. Okay. Oh, sorry. There it is. So that's the mic. It's pretty small. I mean, if you can see it, sorry. That's the mic right there, and the mic also does onboard recording, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, moving right along. So, guys, today's Wednesday midweek morning report. Today is January 19th, 2022. So, we don't have a lot to talk about, though there is a lot of bullshit going on. I didn't want to talk about some of the killings that have been going on. I guess just because, why talk about mayhem and death all the time? I know that there was again the girl last week that or 2 weeks ago rather, sorry, that worked in the Burger Kings. They gave the guy $100. She got killed, but they did catch the guy. They did catch his ass. The guy's a psych patient. And then the guy that pushed the Asian lady in the track that got killed by the train, he was also caught soon after. He's also a psych patient. So we got a lot of psych patients running around. Also, crime related, but not death related. There's also a guy in the neighborhood where I live, breaking into cars left and right. He's breaking into them like they're fucking Easter eggs, and he's been going into the cars and taking shit out. So this morning when I went to walk the dog, I guess on my way back, I saw 3 cars that were broken into. So the guy's stepping in a high gear. He used to break into 1 car a night. Uh, Occasionally he would break into 2, but he stepped it up and broke into 3 cars. And not only did he break into 3 cars, but he's also getting more brave or brazen by moving closer to 130th, where I live. So in the neighborhood that I live in, the block where he breaks into is a desolate block, right? So there's no cameras. It's by a park, and he's been making his cash grab. I don't know how you want to call it, uh, on this desolate block. So again, the cops really can't do much because there's no cameras back there, right? So I have to take this shit out of my car now and put it in the storage unit and put some of the stuff up here because it's my camping equipment. I don't see what he can do with that. He did break into a car this morning where the kid was sitting in the back of his car, tailgate open, not tailgate, the trunk was open, and he was just waiting for the cops. And the guy who broke into his car took all his tools. So who's ever breaking into the cars has to have a vehicle because you can't carry all of the tools that this guy had. And I asked the kid, I was like, listen, if you were going to steal some shit like this, would you need a car or a bag? He would go, it would be a major inconvenience to not have a car or a vehicle. He says he would have to, at the very least, have a bag of some kind to carry all of these, but he would still be inconvenienced carrying them in a bag. So that's leading me to believe not this person might have a vehicle, but whatever. Um, Operation Catch a Motherfucker might be happening soon. Absolutely not going to say when, but it's being planned at least with the neighborhood guys. So we should see where this goes. And yes, guys, getting your car broken into is a pain in the ass. It's not like the end of the world, but it's a pain in the ass when all your shit's missing, especially if it's your tools and your tools are the way you make your living, right? So now this kid's fucking out probably hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars worth of fucking tools. So that sucks. And my neighbor downstairs, he got his car broken into. His car was closer to the building where we live, and then there was a minivan that was also broken into. But again, speaking Blue Vandal, speaking about good detective work, I had also figured out that this guy has to be a smaller dude because he's breaking into the back windows of the car or SUVs, and he's climbing through them. And I'm like, who the fuck could fit through there? You know, like a fucking crackhead or a hipster. So being that hipsters don't do shit like that, it's got to be a crackhead. So anyway, I'm also working on a timetable. Last night, when I got home from the live stream off the Angry Truth and Angry Prepper, the two cars were intact that were closer to my building. That means he is striking after midnight and probably before 5. So there's a 4-hour span of where he might be breaking in the cars. So Operation Catch a Motherfucker will be, I will tell you guys how that went after we catch the dude. But other than that, that's not much more I can say about it. Not saying that the dude who's breaking in the cars is watching this. But anyway, moving right along. Let's talk about what's going on. So, yesterday, or last week rather, I ran into an interesting article of a Japanese woman who is giving her kid, or rather gave her kid up for adoption because the person who inseminated her was supposedly, okay, let me fucking fix this because I don't know how else to say this. A lady was looking for a second kid, a Japanese lady looking for a second kid, so she needed a sperm donor. So she goes about, in Japan, apparently they don't have the artificial insemination places like we do here, right? So in Japan, they actually have to have sex with the person to get inseminated. So it's not like here, right? She knows who the donor is. She's looking at the dude while they're, going at it. So this lady also has another kid with her husband. So her husband had to be okay with her having sex with another dude to get pregnant. All right. So the guy impregnates the woman, and she finds out later that the guy is not Japanese, not a college brain, right? That he didn't go to an Ivy League college in Japan. And so with that, she's giving the kid up for adoption because the sperm donor, lied about his pedigree. That is a shitty reason to give up a kid, because now she is saying to, I guess, this dude that your kid is worthless. Now, I don't know why the guy wouldn't just adopt the kid after that, but whatever. So she plans to sue the guy, the fake sperm donor, 330 million yen, which is $2.8 million US. Again, guys, very, very weird way to go about, I guess, getting inseminated or having another kid or using a sperm donor. I mean, I guess we're Americanized, so we are used to the fact that we have these artificial insemination plants all over the country. So, and it's a common practice here. Over there, I guess their common practice is to have actual sex with the sperm donor. So, whatever, man. So anyway, and the Chinese guy was also married, by the way. So, not only was he lying about being a college straight A student, he's also not Japanese, and he is married. So, whatever. Shitty way to give up a kid. But, so the adoption agency is annoyed with the woman for giving the kid up for that reason. She's like, superficial people don't deserve kids like this. He'll probably do better at a foster home. And now when the kid gets older, that's really going to fuck this kid's head up, because now the kid's like, mom gave me away because dad lied. Right? And now this kid is going to be really torn, finding out that his father's Chinese and his mother's Japanese, and the reason why the mother gave him away and all this other bullshit. So that's going to be a shitty story come, I don't know, 10, 15 years maybe. All right, so moving right along. AT&T, Verizon are rolling out their 5G plan, but they're changing their plan slightly. So now, last night, I think it was in the Angry Truth chat, somebody said that they canceled it. They did not cancel it. They are modifying their rollout plan. So they're not putting all their 5G towers online at once. The towers around the airports won't be going online, and I think they will systematically put on the 5G towers as they see fit. Now, the airline industry is not a big fan of these 5Gs because they have seen 5Gs interfere with airplane instruments or airline instruments. Sorry, and Air India was one of the first planes that were affected by this 5Gs. So, I know some of you are going to start the 5G rants. I don't want to hear about the fucking 5Gs and what you call it bullshit. Gene W, a lot of the 5Gs are not activated. We are at low level 5Gs and not the 5Gs that they promised everyone that's supposed to work. I was just reading the article. I thought I had 5Gs too, but no, we don't. We have low level 5Gs, which is just a step above 4G, and it's not true 5G. This talk and lingo that they use with the advertising of 5Gs is double talk, right? They'll tell you, well, you have 5Gs, but you have low level, not exact 5Gs or not true 5Gs is what they're starting to say. You'll hear that coming up a lot as well. So we don't have true 5Gs, we have lame 5Gs, if that's a better term for it. Anyway, the airline industry is, again, not freaking out, but they're worried that this is going to affect their planes. Now, again, Air India was the first plane to have serious problems with 5G's interference. So the airline industry is using that one incident, which they should, as their reasoning for AT&T, Verizon not to turn their 5Gs on. So they're going to turn it on anyway, but they're going to lessen the power around or near the airports, and those that are directly by the airports will not be turned on. So I don't know how the fuck that's going to work. I don't know how that's going to look. But 5G supposedly it's on right now as we speak. We live near an airport, though. As the crow flies, the airport is, I think, 3-4 miles away. As the crow flies. Traffic-wise, it's probably about an hour or 45 minutes, right? So, major airline companies worry that 5G will interfere with onboard equipment. Wireless carriers agreed on yesterday, to pause deployment around some airports. Multiple airline companies are canceling or delaying their flights in the United States due to the 5Gs. The deployment of 5Gs in the U.S. has forced Air India to curtail operations in their country and here in the United States as well, because of the effects. Now, the C-band 5G controversy is cell carriers launched 5G's network back in 2008, but 4G, guys, has ultimate range, which is the best range that cell service can carry, but it is not strong enough to do. And this is what they're saying, is not strong enough to host virtual reality meetings, streaming video games without a console, and metaverse. This is why they're rolling out 5Gs. They're rolling out 5Gs for metaverse, mainly. I don't know who does virtual reality meetings. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing until I read this article. I was like, so you could... I don't know. I don't know what that means. And then metaverse. Now, they're also, guys, looking to do meetings, company meetings in metaverse. If that's not a fucking distraction while you're sitting there talking to your boss about how you guys are going to move forward with your company, and you're trying to buy Amazon shit while you're in metaverse at a meeting. All right, again, I don't know that. But that's why they want to use 5Gs, because 5Gs allows us to do more. And again, video game streaming without a console, I think PlayStation, Xbox are probably looking to downgrade or downsize their consoles. That's why they want to do it. Or they actually want to put their video games on TVs like we have now. We have these TV sets that have Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. So maybe PlayStation's looking to do that, and Xbox is looking to do that as well. That also will save them a lot of money in the long run, because now they don't have to manufacture actual gaming consoles. They could just put it in a TV set as an app, or on your phone or tablet as an app, which again would save them hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So anyway, guys, how higher band millimeter wave 5G promises speeds up to 80 times faster than 4Gs, and that's what they're hanging their hat on. But what is it worth if you're crashing planes, right? Or planes are falling out of the sky, rather. Sorry. Again, big problem that's rolling down the line. I know a lot of people are not happy with 5Gs because of the health implications as well. Let's not forget about that. There's a lot of health issues that go along with 5Gs that people are ignoring. But when it comes to airplane and money, that's when they listen. When they talked about our health and how it could affect the brain and all this other bullshit, they didn't want to listen to that. But they're like, oh my God, money, planes falling out of the skies, hundreds of people dying. They're like, we're not going to do this. We're going to be easy with it. Yeah, so again, guys, shit show with the 5Gs, but whatever. They're going to figure it out like they always do. They're not going to get in the way of it because both 5Gs and airplane create a lot of money. But what is going to be the deciding factor is planes, because ultimately, if it's going to mess with airplane instruments, that could kill more people than 5Gs, being released. Also, moving right along. House explosion in the Bronx, guys, yesterday morning, around 11 o'clock or so. A house in the Bronx went up in flames. Now, it exploded, and then there was heavy fire behind it as well. Very impressive to watch on Citizen app. I think if you guys have Citizen app and you live in the New York area, you could still click on the area the fire was in, which was Intervale and Fox Street. So if you have a Citizen app, look at Intervale and Fox Street. You'll see in the Bronx, and you'll still see video footages of that impressive explosion and fire, and how firemen reacted to it and how cops reacted to it. There's body cam footage of, I think it's 5 cops running into the building next door to get a lady who was trapped underneath the couch. I guess the couch flipped on her when the house exploded next door. She did survive. The cops did get her out, and the cops are going to Medal Day and not firemen. How's that for a kick in the fucking face? And yes, guys, I know that 5Gs was rolled out today. Sorry. It started this morning. I know certain cities already had 5Gs rolled out, but they are maximizing their 5G signal by full power today, not by the airports. Just get that. So, guys, with the house explosion, with the house explosion, guys, 1 person died, 8 people were injured. The house was in a row of houses, so there were, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 houses in a row. They were connected, rather, and the house closer to the end exploded, damaging the house next door, and the houses on both sides of it, right? So if it was house 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it was, house 1 and 3 were affected immediately. House 2 was immediately gone, was damaged beyond repair. So they're going to have to rip down houses 2 and 3. I don't know what they're going to do with houses 4, 5, and 6 unless they rip down the whole row. Now, my looking at it initially, guys, I thought to myself, oh, what a way to rip down homes by trying to set a fire to the block. But this is, I don't think I have it here. I don't. Shit, piss, fuck. I thought I had it saved so you guys can see what the damage looked like. I did have it saved. Right, so here's what the block looked like. So actually, it was the 3rd house in from the left. Right, so the second house, house 2, is going to have to be ripped down, and house 4 is going to have to be ripped down as well. But that was the damage there. You see all the firemen standing out front. You have a tower ladder up at the right side of the screen. You have the engine company sitting right in front, and it was an outside operation, guys, because there was heavy fire in there, and whoever was in that building died. And then 8 people injured, and obviously cops were also injured because whenever they run into a burning building and they get a little bit of smoke in their lungs, they tap out. So that's what that looked like. And it's not a common thing to have these house explosions here in the city, so I'd like to see what caused it. Green Thumb Prepper. Not everything's a false flag. A truck Campbell. Don't know. That wasn't a drug lab explosion. That was a gas explosion. They already identified it early. I think someone said they smelt gas in the area before the house went up. right? So, and then that's a good way to rip those houses down, right? I can see them ripping down all those houses and putting up a fucking condominium, not a condominium, but a fucking uh, a high rise or something, right, in that spot. So, anyway, that's what happened in the Bronx yesterday. And again, cops are going to Metal Day. And to wrap it all off, guys, last night someone mentioned in the chat that Australia was looking to vaccinate their pets. In the back of my head, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised, but that is fucking stupid. Lo and behold, Australia will soon be vaccinating pets against COVID-19. I don't know. I don't know what else to say behind that other than that is the stupidest fucking thing I've heard all year, and we're just in fucking January. So, with that being said, yeah, Australia's lost their fucking mind completely. I think Australia has to fall into the ocean, guys. Sorry. The sacrifice of many, I guess the kill a few politicians. I don't know how you want to look at it, but Australia's lost their fucking mind. They are like California. They have to disappear into the ocean now. Sorry. I don't know what the fuck. Or the Australian people rise up and start going after these politicians. That's it. I don't know why they think it's a good idea to vaccinate pets. I don't know why they think it's... guys, it's January. It's January 19th. The year has just started. And Australia's already starting with their stupidity. I read that. Someone mentioned it last night, and I'm like, wouldn't be surprised. Stupid, wouldn't be surprised. And then I had to type it in. I read it, and I typed it in and researched it, and all these articles came up. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Why? Why is that their go-to? Cherokee Survivalist, thank you for that. No big time. Thank you for that. I did see that a couple times. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. All right, guys. Listen, the stupidity that we're seeing, and this is the kind of stuff that I want to report more. The stupidity that's going on, because there's so much going on. Also, guys, Nutrient Survival, very good food, by the way. I'm going to start doing those commercials again. You know, the shit show commercials, if you will. But for those of you looking to augment or add to your food supply, Nutrient Survival right now is one of the better food supply companies or freeze-dried food companies that are out there. And again, the stuff tastes really good. For freeze-dried foods, it is really good. But if you're looking to, and Blue Vandal put up the 10% off code, the $10 off code in the chat here. But if you're looking for elite freeze-dried food, what was the name of that company? And I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. But let me find the name of this company, because I forget all the time. They are the premium freeze-dried food company out there, but they are very expensive. What was the name of it? It'll come to me fucking like after the video's over. But they are top-notch shit. So Nutrient Survival is top of the game. And then you have, let's see if I could type in premium. Peak Refuel, guys. Peak Refuel is the premium or top of the line of freeze-dried foods. If you're looking, so Nutrient Survival or Peak Refuel, Peak Performance. Yeah, it's called Peak Refuel, guys. They are the absolute best. I swear by them. Right? If you're looking to spend $12 a pack, so be it. They have a 6-pack for $73, and they have a guide pack, which is $219. I will put the link to the Peak Refuel. Let's see. Hold on. Let me give you something that you guys might actually eat, because I fucking hate pestos. Let's go with beef stroganoff. Oh, come on. Come off of it. So, Nutrient Survival, guys, or Peak Refuel, you choose. I'm going to drop the link to the Peak Refuel here. This is an Amazon associate link or affiliate link. So I do get some kickback from the Amazon link. And if you use my code, obviously I get some kickback from Nutrient Survival. So guys, these are the things that we're going to have to start looking at, and buy these things now while you can before they start raising the prices. Remember, I talked about inflation last night on the Angry Prepper channel. Inflation is definitely going to start kicking our asses in the next couple of months. So we should absolutely start buying this stuff when we can, right? And when it comes to freeze-dried food, guys, no matter what company you go with, start buying it now while you can. While one, it's still in stock, and two, while the prices are decent. They're not very good, but they're decent. But I think now is the time to start buying this shit. So, again, Peak Refuel or Nutrient Survival. Those are the two I would go with. I know Mountain House, they're still out there. There's the other one that I was using as well that I was a huge fan of for camping. They were the shit. I gotta fucking sit there and try to get the fucking name of this shit. But yes, guys, freeze-dried backpacking food. Buy it while you can. But I was a huge fan of Mountain House, and there's another one, Something Pantry, Backpacker Pantry. That's the other one that I was a big ass fan of. Peak Refuel has brownie bites, right? But those are the ones that I was a big fan of, especially the Backpacker Pantry. They had the breakfast skillet one. That was by far the best. Yes, Prepper Book Backpacker Pantry. Awesome shit. But guys, like I said, stop buying this shit while you can, because who knows what it's going to look like in the next couple months as far as prices going up. Pinball had a video out, I think it was yesterday, about the bond, right? The $10 bonds going up. That was a very good video to watch. Again, on Pinball's channel. I think he released it yesterday or today. I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's a good video to give it a whirl at. So, guys, we are at the half-hour mark, or almost at the half-hour mark, sorry. Again, I'm trying to keep these short. These are the midweek morning reports. They're not going to be long. They're not going to be an hour long unless we get into some kind of fucking conversation. But being that I got a couple things to do today, apply for some jobs and, start learning about the stock market a little more and what to invest in and what to stay away from, especially what's going on. A lot of people think the bottom is going to drop out of the stock market this year. So even though the bottom is going to drop out of the stock market, there's still things you could definitely do. Still things you can invest in. Sorry. You lose credibility at, I'd like to see what that was about. Bill Johnson, tell about Central Bank. Pin your Amazon link. Thank you. All right. Someone said pin your Amazon link. Did someone ask me to do that? Shitballs. Yeah, well, I missed it. It's gone. Oh, no, it's right here. I think I can pin it. There. It's pinned. Maybe that'll help. So anyway, guys. Other than that, I do appreciate you guys joining me in the morning. It's a bit early for this bullshit. But, again, we're going to try to hit these, rare articles that no one's talking about, shit like that. Also to break the monotony of all the bullshit of the doom and gloom. And we'll also start talking about, movies that are having problems as well. I know that, for example... What the hell are we talking about? For those of you that are interested, Doctor Strange 2 had massive reshoots, for example. 6 weeks of reshoots every day. Now, when a movie reshoots, guys, that means the movie's going to tank. It's sort of like a curse when a movie has to reshoot. There was another movie I watched the other day, Dragged Across Concrete, with Mel Gibson and what the fuck's that other actor's name? The tall, fucking, lanky, goofy guy who was in Wedding Crashers. That movie I thought was pretty good. Vince Vaughn, right? Vince Vaughn, Dragged Across Concrete. Very good movie. The director of Bone Tomahawk, which is another good movie. He directed that movie. But here's what caught my eye about Dragged Across Concrete. The budget. So for those of you that might get a kick out of this, the budget for Dragged Across Concrete with Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn was $15 million, estimated. The movie worldwide made back $660,000 worldwide. That's what they got back. That is, in my eyes, a movie that tanked. Yet they focused on a movie called the 335, which is supposed to be a female version of Expendables. If I'm not mistaken, I'm probably. Let's see. I think it's called the 335. But it was a movie with Penelope Cruz and all these other major actresses, and it tanked. And they said that was the worst movie ever. But looking at Dragged Across Concrete, guys, $15 million. They only got back $660,000. That's a fucking beating. But anyway, we'll probably start entertaining shit like that as well when we come across it. When I come across it, rather. Sorry. So Dragged Across Concrete, and then write it down. dig into three. Okay, it's 355. Thank you for that, Becca. Yes, but they said 355 was a disaster. So let's look at their budget real quick. If they even put it here, they probably won't. Oh, okay. They did put their budget here, but now here this is, guys. The budget for, they don't put the budget for the movie, but opening weekend they made $4 million, 4.6 million. Their gross was 8.8 million. Their worldwide gross was 12 million. Again, 335 they said was an epic fail. Dragged Across Concrete was an epic fail as far as money goes. Movie wise, guys, it was a good fucking movie. Again, you guys have to take a glance at it. I was impressed with it. Again, Bone Tomahawk, very impressive movie made by the same director. Check both of them out if you can. 335, they seemed like they made some of their money back. They were in the millions at least. Dragged Across Concrete didn't even touch fucking $1 million. All right, so they took a beating. Anyway, guys, that's what we'll be doing down the line as well. We'll be talking about some movies as well. Justice League had reshoots. Right, Uncle Charlie, and look how bad Justice League was. Right? Reshoots are usually the death sentence of a movie, especially massive reshoots like and that's why they did the reshoot. I think Doctor Strange Part 2 was too woke. They were trying to bring in too many they were trying to bring in the strong power female overriding Doctor Strange, which, if you follow it, Wanda, what's her name? Wanda from WandaVision and Doctor Strange, their powers are about equal, but they try to say that Wanda's stronger than him and all this other bullshit, but whatever. So now they had to do reshoots. Miss Marvel had to do reshoots. So again, guys, the MCU universe is turning into a shit show. I am not impressed with what they're releasing this year at all. So they're going to take a bath in their budgets, and I hope they do. So, guys, other than that, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. We will definitely be talking about more weird articles down the line next Wednesday as well. Guys, this is 10 o'clock every Wednesday, every week, unless some oddball shit happens and I don't do it. But other than that, guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for hanging out this morning, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you, guys.